Oh, Sweet Baby Inc. It takes another one down. Of course it does. This stuff's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. This all happened a few days ago, and I'm a little bit late to the party here, but my god is it funny. Basically, another game has been added to the Sweet Baby Inc. curator list, and a member of that company is having a meltdown. But then there's also, well, essentially accusations that they're funneling woke-ass money into their video game and just for their own sort of ops and stuff. It's just crazy. Alright, it's crazy. There's a lot going on. So, we'll dive into this. Hit subscribe if you're new here, guys. Turn the bell notifications on. And I will say, if you enjoy the content I do here, please do support it with Patreon as well as memberships. Why? Because YouTube sucks and it demonetizes videos. So that would be really good if you could. Links are down below. Let's go and look at this. So I'll leave this article linked down below. I did wonder what would happen when a new video game was added to the list. Because the curator list is so high profile now. I did wonder, because being added to that list is now a death sentence. It 100% is a death sentence for that video game. And I did wonder what would happen, but now we have proof. And it is funny. It is funny. So Kepler Interactive Senior Operations and Growth Manager, Lizzie Kane, rages after the game Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn is added to Sweet Baby Inc. boycott list. And it's not necessarily a boycott list. I mean, that is what people are going to use it for. But it's just a list to show you what video games Sweet Baby Inc. work on. So, Lizzie or Lissy, I don't know how to say that, the Senior Operations and Growth Manager for Kepler Interactive, the video game developer publishing the upcoming Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, shared her rage to social media after the game was added to the Sweet Baby Inc. boycott list. So, the person behind the list, Cabrutus Rambo, tweeted this out, right? And so I've got the actual tweet here. And basically just said, and you know, it's a fine tweet. It's an absolutely fine tweet. Just says, hey guys, I added another game to my curator list. The game is called Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, and as shown in this physical copy of the Edge magazine, it involves Kim Belair. I have waited a bit before deciding to add this one. And he continues further and says, where is it? Here we go. So basically, waited a little bit before adding this one because a developer from Flintlock team reached out to me through my email stating that they eradicated the Sweet Baby Inc. part and basically remade it completely. At this point, together with my staff, I have decided to give them the chance to prove this, allowing us access to the game pre-release and asking their manager to have a conversation with me. They openly refused on both points, leaving me without any way to confirm what they were telling us. This doesn't speak very well about them. So yeah, new game in the list. And then he shows evidence here. Now some people would go, well, why would they show him? And someone did, say that. They said, oh, it's asking a bit too much for a pre-release access. And he says, well, I'm on the developer's side, but also on my community side too. I cannot claim that what they told me is true without seeing for myself because I want to be fair. Also, me and my staff and only us would look at the game, not anyone else. Now, I mean, why would you not do that? Like, why would you not? The thing is, so I get a lot of leaks sent my way. And it sometimes it does take a little while to confirm some stuff. I have like renowned sources that I now trust because they have a track record. But if it's a new one, I mean, this is basically him dealing with a source, right? You can't just take what they say. You have to independently verify it outside of that source, right? Otherwise, it's not good journalism. It's really, really bad journalism. And so that's what he's trying to do. And that is perfectly fair and reasonable. Like, absolutely perfectly fair and reasonable. So I can see why he's doing it. Anyway, there's more. So following this declaration, former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern revealed that the entire game had been ruined by Sweet Baby Inc.'s Kim Belair and A44 Games former Chief Operating Officer Audrea Tops Harjo. So basically just says, prove Sweet Baby Inc. ruins games. Sweet Baby Inc. game Flintlock by A44 Games has been overrun by woke. I used to work there. Flintlock was a good project with lots of potential, then it was ruined. And then says further, before I go further, please note this is a rumour from a source that seems very knowledgeable about the studio's inner workings. Take that as it is. If others would like to verify, please DM me anonymously. It says, the protagonist used to be white, COO, Audrey, blah, blah, blah. Joined the studio. Her first actions would have changed the character to hire Sweet Baby Inc. and changed the main character to person of colour. There's a lot more, and then also went further and says Audrey Top's Hajo is rumoured to have used the company's funds and manpower to power her personal agenda on projects on initiatives not related to the game or even the studio itself. And there's like one initiative, Inclusion FX, VFX company, advocacy company, all this other crap. And then goes a bit further, says aside from working with Sweet Baby Inc. and making changes to the game, Audrey also directed numerous changes in HR in her role as COO. In 2021, most developers were denied raises and evaluations were postponed for at least 6 months. Audrey told HR to inform anyone who complained or asked questions that the reason is because I said so. She's also ordered to hire HR department to hide the salaries at the top execs of the company. HR tried to help, but were unable to get past this. The team was worried about the studio's finances. Meanwhile, the new hires and changes to the game resulted in a project where these people know nothing about how a video game is made. After nearly 2 years of these DEI changes, A44 has been damaged. It was at this point Audrey, COO, left the company. So there's that. The state of the game is unknown at this point, but it's believed to be in a shambles after this 2-year round of DEI changes. So there's that. Again, pretty funny, I think, personally. Like, why would you do that? Like, honestly, why would... And again, he says further, when Cabrutus asked for proof, they refused to speak to him any further, which, yeah. You can't just claim something in this day and age and expect people to believe you now. Come on. Anyway, and then she went mental. Absolutely fuming. Vibrating off the effing plane of reality. This piss-weak pseudo-journalism that the far-right Gamergate are taking is so vile. Oh, it's so vile having journalists, isn't it? Incredible to see in real time and closer to home how wrong Grums is and how damaging he and his weird troop are. Well, then just prove it then. And he tweeted this out, which is hilarious. It says, update, Lissy K, ops manager for Kepler Interactive. The studio that purchased A44 Games is not happy with me breaking the story on Flintlock. A quick review of her homepage shows funding sources woke. Seems they won't be taking my advice or be honest with Cabrutus Rambo about Sweet Baby Inc. involvement in the game. That's too bad. That was money advice. This is just their tweet. And you can see it here. My story. G'day, I'm Lissy, a video game producer by trade with a particular love for building and leading happy, engaged teams. I've grown diverse studios. No one fucking cares if you're making diverse studios. Stop it. Shipped games. Solved 1 million problems. I'm the force multiplier. Multiplier? With a pinch of optimism. I thrive in the strategic business world in order to create solid foundations for creativity. Only if it's got, black people and trans lesbians, I guess. And you can see here, look. So Lissy Kane is a video games producer and co-founder of Girl Geek Academy. She's currently senior ops and grown manager for Kepler Interactive, as well as advisor for the Kowloon Knights Games Fund. She's also a board member for Vic Screen, a frequent advisor of game funds and public speaker. Previous to this, she formed her production career at League of Geeks. No one cares. Making everything... No one wants this shit. Go away. Flintlock, funding ops manager of Owners Interactive, is now claiming harassment after she had a meltdown over my story on the funding wokeness ruining the studio. She went protected immediately. So how could she have received any harassment? More lies, which is true. Note she linked to Think This, the government-funded campaign against gamers. Like, why? This person is mental. These people are mental. Like, you've not received any harassment. It's not harassment to say you're working on something that looks shit. So Lissy Kane is the co-founder of Girl Geek Academy, which states on its website that its goal is to bring 1 million women and girls into technology careers by 2030. Why? If they want to do it, they would do it. What's wrong with people? Get your geek on? No. Piss off. Gender inequality ain't going to fix itself. Well, I think there's gender equality in midwifery. I'd like to help all those vaginas. I think there's gender equality in sewage. I think there should be more women down there. We all know this. This is just, it's so textbook blatantly obvious at this point. It doesn't even need to be said. Feminism and DEI is it's an advocacy movement for the betterment of women only when it suits them. It's not an equality movement. It's not. Very obviously it's not. Idiots. Anyway, I thought this was funny. Another one bites the dust. Another game nuked by Sweet Baby Inc.